So let's open the assignments first, and then you can see what inside that learning outcome 2. So that is your assignments. Can you see your assignments? Okay. So your assignments have an adjustment part, and in these adjustment parts, you have two different information is given. One is about prepayments, insurance, and accrual electricity, right? So prepaid insurance is, so we start from the beginning because dates are really important. Included in the statement of financial position, which is balance sheet, company at 30th June 2016 were the following informations we have. So we have these two information in company statement of financial positions. One is a prepayments and another one is a outstanding. So prepayments insurance was 450 and accrual, which is electricity, was 80 pounds. The following invoices were received and paid during the year to 30th June 2016. So we have a following informations in relation of prepayments, of insurance, and accrual of electricity. All right. So 5th of September 2015, electricity. Quarter to 31st August 2015 was 309. 8th of December, electricity. So which means electricity due. All right. So so these amounts is due. So on 8th of December 2015, electricity due, which is to November 2015, was 320. 2nd of February, insurance, December 2016 was 1,000. 7th of March, electricity, which is quarter to 28th February 2016, 340. And 6th of July, electricity, quarter to 31st May, was 321. So we have this information about the prepayments and electricity. Besides prepayments and electricity, we have some other informations to calculate the depreciation. So idea is that this question, you have three parts: prepayments, which is here, accrual, which is here, and depreciation, which is this part. All right. So this part for depreciations. So we will do prepayments and accrual together because of the information is given together. Both informations or both items belongs to balance sheet. That's why we'll do it first. And then after prepayments and accrual, we move on to the depreciation parts, right? So let's start with the calculation. So I'll show you calculation and then I will explain to you, all right? So I need to open your assignments. Okay. Okay. So as per the question, uh, so let's start with the electricity expense first. The electricity is about your electricity is about your accruals, right? So, uh, so we start with the uh, electricity, which is accruals. Accruals, right? I hope you can see. You can see that screen. Okay. So accruals, we have electricity. Yes, accruals. In accruals, we have electricity. So as per your assignments, we have following your assignments information. I'm going to write down informations for you. So electricity paid. Electricity paid, which is uh, quarter to 31st August. Quarter to 31st August. And the amount 309. All right. Then electricity paid, which is again quarter to 30th November. Quarter to 30th November. And the amount 320. Next, electricity paid till quarter to 28th February. Till quarter to 28th February. And the amount was 340. Next is electricity paid quarter to 31st May. Electricity paid quarter to 31st May. And the amount 321. Okay. And we also adding in this amounts, which is 321, we also adding a closing balance, right? We will add the closing balance. Closing balance, it would be 321 multiplied by quarter, because 321 for it's until May, but we will consider only quarter basis. So 3 months basis, right? So by that reason, we will divide by 3. If you divide by 3, it's gonna be 107, right? So 107 is the closing balance, and less opening balance, which is given in your question, in your balance sheet. Opening balance. Opening balance is 80. So this plus this plus this plus this plus this and minus 80. Whatever is the number, that is your answer. Can you tell me how much is the number? Add them all and subtract 80. Yes, that's right. 3 months ago. So the total will be 1317. 1317 is the adjustment related to accruals, right? It's related to the payments. Again, if you send me any message, so please send to everyone so other students can also see your message, right? So that's all about your accrual parts, right? Accrual for electricity is finished. Right? So the idea is that we are estimating on the basis of 3 months, right? All right. So all this number are estimating on the basis of 3 months, including this one, which is the closing balance. We're gonna add it for 3 months, right? So by that reason, 321 divided by 3, which is 107. And then we subtract opening balance. So whatever is amount is left, that is the accrual for this particular period of times that we have to write down in our balance sheet. So between when we will prepare our balance sheet, we will write this number, all right? Because when we prepare our trial balance, we have this information, or we had this information in the beginning of the period, And during the year, we have some other information occur. So that information we have to adjust. So after making adjustment, whatever is balance left, that belongs to that company for this period. So this electricity amounts will be 1317, right? So now we move on to the prepayments part, right? Prepayments, insurance. Prepayment, which is insurance. Prepayment, insurance. For prepayment insurance, we have information which is 2nd of uh, January 2016, the insurance amount uh, which has been paid for 31st December 2016 was 1,000. So following this information, so insurance paid. So for insurance, this is insurance expense, right? So insurance expense paid to December, right? We have been paid to December. Paid to December. Paid to December, whatever is the date as per your assignments. So the amount was 1,000. And less prepayments. So means that we already paid. So that amount was due, right? And less prepayments as per your assignments. So prepayments was 450. So which means 550 is the balance that will be reported in your assets. So it's exactly like as the adjustment we have in our assignments. I mean, for your last task, for your assignment 1. Exactly same thing we are doing here. We have insurance, which is 1,000, and then we already paid. So if we already made a payment, so we will subtract this 450, right? And whatever insurance we have paid, that will be part of your for your balance sheet, right? So that's the ideas behind uh, the information for uh, prepayments and accruals. So prepayments and accruals is finished, right? So can we move on to the next, which is uh, depreciation? Can we move on to depreciation? Okay. For your, so I repeat again, as per your assignments, your estimated cost of your assets. Uh, yeah. So as per your assignments, your machine cost is 45,000. All right. And estimated useful life is 8,000. So which means that machine life is 8,000. Machine cannot run more than 8,000. Right. So after running 8,000, the residual value of machine is 5,000 after running 8,000 hours. Right. So which means 45,000 minus 5. So 40,000. So which means 40,000 machine value reduce if machine will run 8,000. So 40,000 is the total depreciation, which means machine value reduce. So if 40,000 is the total value of machine that has reduced, how you allocate this depreciation in 4 years. So as per your assignments, you will allocate this information for different hours, like as for example hours, first year hours, which is 3,000, right? Second year 1,500, third year 2,500, and fourth year is 1,000, right? So which means, so for first year is 3,000 divided by 8, second year 1,500 divided by 8,000, third year, fourth year, so on, right? So tell me how much will be the depreciation. Calculate for all years, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. And when you send me a message, I repeat, please send message to everyone so all students can understand. All right, do not only just send it to me, send it to everyone. So calculate for 4 years. You do not need to add them all, because if you add them all, of course uh, it will be 40,000. Just you have to allocate this 40,000 in 4 years using number of machine hours, right? So don't need to um, add them all. So we need to calculate the depreciation separately in each year. Yes, yes. You don't have to add for 40, you don't have to add 40,000. I mean, you don't need to add for first year, second, because if you add them all, of course, it will be 40,000. You have to tell me first year depreciation, how much, like as the formula I write down here, all right? Here, first year, how much, second year, how much, third year, how much, fourth year, how much. Yes, you don't have to add them all right? Machine value will not be zero. Machine value will be 5,000. That's why we subtract 5,000 as a residual value. The meaning of residual value means the leftover value, the value left at the end after 8,000 or after 4 years or after 8,000 hours. So first year 15,000, yes. Second year 7,500, yes. Third year 12,500, and fourth year is 5,000. All right. Yes, that's right. That's right. All right. 15,000. 7,500, 12,500, and 5,000, right? So that's all about your depreciation parts. So depreciation is finished, all right? So this task, which is task number, I guess it's task 3, right? So your task 3 is finished, right? So at the end, your assignment 1 is finished, all right? So how about the net book value of machine in the end year? Do we need to calculate the depreciation after its work after 4 years? No, you don't have to. Just estimate the depreciation. Let me look at your assignments. What your assignments says? Net book value of machine at the end year. At the end year means what will be the book value of machine after every year. If you want, you can do that, right? Like for example, uh, first year depreciation is 15,000. First year depreciation is 15,000. And the book value, what will be the book value of machine? Means after subtracting the depreciation, how much will be the value of machine? 45,000 minus 15,000, all right? Not 30, not 30. Yes, 30, sorry. 30. So first year, second, third, fourth. So book value, and here is depreciation. Depreciations we have 15,000, right? 7,500, then 12,500, and 5,000, right? These are the depreciations that we have. And book value means this number minus 15,000, which is 30,000. It will be 30,000. And then minus 7,500, which will be 22, right? So 22,500. All right. So it's gonna be 5,000 because it's a residual value. All right. So you can't see. Oh, sorry, I didn't move it up. Okay. Now can you see that? Okay. So this is the depreciation that we have 15,000, 7,500, 12,500, and 5,000, right? These are the book value. Book value, this is the way to estimating book value, right? 45,000 minus 15 is 30, minus second year depreciation, then minus third year depreciation, right? And then minus fourth year depreciation. So it will be like 10,000. And 10,000 minus 5,000 is 5,000 left. 5,000 left means the residual value is 5,000. This is the way to write the book value. So this is the book value. So you have to calculate book value here and here too, right? And this is the depreciation for every year, and this is the book value for every year, right? So you have to write down both. You can do it in a column, all right? Or if you want, you can do in this way, right? So here is depreciation, here is book value, here is depreciation, here is book value. So this is first year depreciation book value. This is second year depreciation book value, third year. So you can do like this, or you can do like this. It's up to you. What do you prefer, right? So yes, you have to show book value and the uh, the depreciation for every year, right? So your depreciation part is finished. Any other questions you have, ask me. Any question? If no questions, can we move on? Move on to the next, which is um, the outline. Okay. So can you tell me until now, did I give you any outline? Did I give you any outline until now? Do we need to perform in income statement or balance sheet after calculating accruals? No, you don't. You don't have to record any information of uh, in accrual, electricity. You don't have to do this, all right? Because it's not belongs to your next question. It's just additional information. Remember, there is no any relationship between your task 4 and task 5. So you do not write any number from your task 4 in your task 5. Don't do that, all right? So just keep them separate, task 4 and task 5. I repeat, keep your task 4 and task 5. You just gave us outline for task 1 and task 2. So you have an outline for your learning outcome 1. So if you outline for learning outcome 1, then we do outline with this task 4, and then move on to task 5. No, task 4, task 3 and task 4. Okay. Let me check. Did I give no idea? So outline for task 3. So task 3 is about uh, approval, is about prepayments, and is about depreciation. All right. Uh, so first of all, you need to tell me what is the meaning of accrual, what is the meaning of prepayments, and what is the meaning of depreciation without any numbers, just in the form of theoretical arguments, right? Just theory. You don't have to give me any calculations, right? then you will right. Then you have to calculate these items using assignments informations like as this for accrual, for prepayments, and depreciations. All right, and give a very short note on it. You don't need to explain too much about prepayments and and accruals, but uh, you have to show the depreciations. Give us a minute. I saw in document file last time you told something about the diagram of prepayments and accrual. Do we need to do that? No, you don't have to. No, actually, that diagram for prepayments and accruals belongs to your task. Again, please don't send message only to me. Please send message to everyone. All right. So student, she asked me a question. So the diagrams that will be in your task 4, right? Not in your task 3. All right. So prepayments, like as in my videos, income statement, what balance sheet, what that kind of diagram belongs to your part task 4. In final statements and adjustments, right? Final accounts with adjustments. So that is your task uh, 3 using assignments information. So that's all for your task 3. So task 3 is finished. Any question? Task 3. No questions? So we move on to task 4. Can we move on to task 4? I said the diagram you have to do only in task 4, not task 3. Not task 3. You don't need any kind of diagram in your task 3. You do the diagram when you do your task 4. All right? Adjustments. You said, I didn't say diagram. You said diagram before, if you read your question. Before you said that, you told something about the diagram of prepayments and accruals. Because I saw you wrote that. Really? Uh, let me check. But I don't think so. We have any kinds of diagram for uh, prepayments or accruals. But let me check again. Do you? No, I didn't say anything about diagram. No, don't worry about diagram. No, you do not have uh, diagram. All right. You don't have to do any diagram about prepayments and accrual. Forget it. All right. No diagram. Okay. Why we must? Why must we multiply 321 divided by 3? Because for, let me open your assignments. Um, May. The reason is, if you look at your assignments, the invoices received and paid electricity. Electricity supposed to pay until 30th June 2016. All right. And if you look at, as per your question, on 6th of June, electricity 321, which was due on May. All right. So which means 1 month period is left. All right. So which means which means which means for 1 quarter. All right. So which means 1 quarter hasn't paid yet. All right. 1 quarter hasn't paid yet for this period. So by that reason, you can. Okay. So the payments for the last quarter hasn't made it. Last quarter, including the next months too. So it's gonna be a 4 month. So March, as per your assignments, March, April, May, and June. All right, until June or in the beginning of the June. So 4 months payments uh, is still due. All right. So which means we have to make a payments for that 4 months. So by that reason, you can call it 4 divided by 12 or 1 divided by 3. By that reason, we are saying that, so you can call it 4 divided by 12 or 1 divided by 3. By that reason, for this particular period, we are dividing 3 from this 300 and, dividing 321 from this 1/3 period, right? So that's why we're doing that. Okay, so any other question? Or we move on to the outline to task 4. Any questions, or we move on to the outline for task 4? Quickly say something. Because if you look at your assignments, in assignments, it says that for the March payments, 7th of March, 7th of March to 6th of June. All right. from 7th of March to 6th of June. So by that reason, we include in every payments we are including, but for the last quarter, still the payments is due. All right. So like as 5th of September to the December, all right, 5th of September to December, and then December to March, March to June, all right? So by that reason, 4 months is due, all right? So March, April, May, and the beginning of the June, all right? Because still the payment is due on the 30th of June, right? So August, September, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. All right, but it says that for is due to 31st of May 2016. So it will be 4 months. 4 divided by 12, which is 3. All right. So by that reason, we are counting from this period to this period. All right. But the payment in the March is for expenditure in Feb. Payment for March. Yes, of course, it's due for that particular period. All right. It will be for, let's say, as per your assignments, let's say August payment we're supposed to pay on August, but is due until September, November until December, all right? February until March, May until June, all right? So by that reason, for the last 4 quarter, for 4 months, payment is due, or you can say that last 3 months, for the last quarter, still payment is due, right? Because if the due is in May, in other words, you can say that if the payments is due in the May, June, July, because payments start, we start making payment from the 31st of August, right? We start making payment from 31st of August, which means if the payment is due in 31st of March, because the payment cycle gonna be complete on 31st of August in 2016. All right, so cycle gonna be complete in August, so which means May, June, July, August payment cycles gonna be complete in that particular period, for that particular period, or at the end of the period, right? Or the 1st of September, you can say that. All right. So this is one of the another way to understand it for this 3 months payments cycle, which is due for this 2016. All right. So you can understand either by saying that payment cycles will be complete at the end of this period, right, which will be August, but the payment is due until May, so June, July, August, right? In or another way that I explained you before, that the payment is, we are making a payments from period to period, from that March to June, still payment is due, right, for 1 quarter. So 1 quarter, I mean, for 4 months. So 4 months for divided by 12, which will be 1/3. So that's why we're doing for 1/3. So you have 2 different way to estimating the closing balance, which is divided by 3, which is 107. Right? So it's this is the way that we can we can explain either choosing this way or that way, right? So can we move on to next then, if it's okay? Or you can send me email your explanations about this task, adjustment for prepayment and accruals. So if you finish your explanation on this part, only for this part, you can send me. I can give you specific or very intense feedback that makes sense or doesn't make sense, or it means this and that. You can finish your part, this part first, today, tomorrow, and after tomorrow, you can send it to me. I will give you specific feedback on it. All right. So we move on to the next. Can you move on to the outline? Say something. Can we move on to task 4, outline? Say something quickly, yes or no? Okay. Task 4. So task 4 is about the final exams or final accounts with adjustment, right? Final account with adjustment. Final account with adjustment. First of all, you need to, so remember, now task 3 is separate than your task 4, right? Task 4, I won't go much more in theoretical way, so you don't have to focus much more on the theory, what is the meaning of final account and adjustments. So I think you should explain what is the meaning of final account with adjustment. Meaning of final accounts with adjustment. Now, what is the meaning of final account with adjustments? With adjustment means any kinds of transactions which is occur after preparing trial balance. So that's called adjustments. So before completing our final accounts, which is income statement and balance sheet, we have to make adjustments. All right. Okay. So now we move on to the calculations part. So right? So you have to show the treatment of all adjustments one by one, right? Now, what does it mean, treatment? Treatment means what will be the, how you will adjust it. Treatment means what will be the impacts on income statement, which is profit and loss accounts, and what will be the impacts on balance sheet, right? You have to show all the adjustments one by one, right? Like as I think you have 8 adjustments, I guess. So adjustment 1, you give the title of adjustment, and then you show the treatment. Adjustment 2, adjustment 3, adjustment 4, all right? you have to show. All right? Show all the adjustments. And after that, then you will prepare income statement or profit and loss accounts and balance sheet using all adjustments. Right? You need to prepare all the income statement and balance sheet using all adjustments. Don't forget your adjustment, of course, because without adjustments, your balance of income statement and balance sheet cannot be equal. All right? So that's all for your calculations part. All right? So that's all for your task 4. Task 4 is finished. All right. I repeat, you have to show the adjustment first. All the adjustment one by one. What will be the treatment? How we records in income statement, or like this, the small diagram or short diagrams. I explain you short explanations. You have to show that. All right. And of course, if you need to write something, because you have to explain something when you show that adjustment, you need to explain it. All right. So explanation is important, not just simply showing the numbers. All right. Explanation is important. All right. You may not need to explain income statement and balance sheet. That's fine. All right. All right. Explanations are very important. The treatment include balance sheet and what I can't see. Treatment means profit and loss accounts and balance sheet, which means the meaning of treatment is what will be the impact of this adjustment on this account and this account, like its closing balance. What is a treatment of closing balance? The treatment of closing balance is closing balance will be appear in income statement where complete in income statement we have cost of goods sold. In cost of goods sold, opening stock plus inventory less closing stock, how much? That's why I said it, you have to explain. You cannot simply say that closing stock profit and loss. But profit and loss where? You cannot say that closing a stock in balance sheet. No, you have to, if balance sheet, where in balance sheet? If it's balance sheet current asset, in assets where? It's a current assets. How much? This number. All right? Exactly same thing you have to do. So my suggestion for you for this treatment is, for example, I'm just giving you example. So let's say you have a closing stock. All right? So let's say you have a closing stock. In closing stock, so there are two impacts. What will impact on income statement? In income statement, you have sales minus cost of goods sold is gross profit and so on. Right? In gross profit, in cost of goods sold, we have opening plus material less closing, which is whatever, let's say 8,000. All right, that's the impact of, that's the meaning of treatment of closing here. Right? So closing is here. Same thing here in balance sheet. In balance sheet, we have assets. In assets, we have current assets. In current assets, we have closing stock, which is 1,000. So go very specific. That's what I mean to treatment or to the explanations, right? So you have to, that's the meaning of explain. Explanation is very important, not just showing just a diagram, you need to write it, all right? Write it. So it depends how you explain it, but explanation is important. I hope you understand what I mean, right? So is it clear? Task 4, outline. Any questions? Ask me. As I said that, same thing, I will repeat again, better you watch the recording that I have. I still do not understand it. Okay, so let me write emails about explanations of these accruals and prepayments, all right? I will send email to everybody about the specific explanations over the accruals and I mean, the insurance and the electricity both, right? So I will give you email on it, and then you can probably, but please, my explanation, do not copy and paste, all right? Do not copy paste the information I will write down in your email. And yes, do not copy and paste, all right? If you copy paste, again I'll give you oral test on accruals and prepayments, right? So any other questions? Can we show the formats of each before explain it or not? What do you mean by formats? I didn't understand formats. Can we show the formats of each before explain it? Format of what? What format? My lecture format? Yeah, of course you can. Yes, you can show that, no problem. All right, you can show the formats if you want it. Any other question? Anybody? Any other question? Say something. Any question? No question. If no questions, so we stop here. Oh, somebody said please wait. Okay. quickly ask me question if your question is really long, so better you send me email. That's also okay. So please send, yeah, please send me email. I will send. Okay, yeah, please send me email if your question is 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 really long. All right. So okay, so we stop here. Any other question? So we stop here. Yes or no? Say something. Can we stop here? Yes. Okay. Okay. So next week we will start discussing your assignment 2. Next week, Thursday morning. All right. So I'll see you next week, Thursday morning. Thank you. Bye bye.